Good afternoon, everyone. So it's after lunch. How is the Josh? Low, low, low. How is the Josh? Okay, some of you are high, still high. Good. Anish, you have already stolen the thunder, by giving that background. I wanted to use some of those things. But anyway, thank you very much. So, what we are going to do, I think we have 20 to 25 minutes. We have one of the experts on this topic, and we will try to demystify omni-channel for you. What Anish said, it's a buzzword. A lot of people talk about it. Here is a company, Lenskart, which has been applying or using or executing omni-channel strategy before this term was in vogue, right? They were set up in 2010. They are one of the biggest eyewear company in the country now. They have 2,000 plus offline stores. They serve almost 100,000 customers a month. They have served over the years, 15 million customers. So that's the kind of scale they're operating. And at that scale, they have been employing or executing omni-channel strategy profitably. So let's learn from the expert, or from this company how they have done it. So what I'm going to cover, during this session with Ramneek is, provided he's willing to share his secret sauce with all of us, I hope he does, so that we can all learn. So we will go through that journey. How did they embark on this journey of omni-channel retail? When did they start? What were their learnings? What is that they are inspired by? Any other examples? What is the advice he would like to give to other companies? So that's what we will cover during this thing. So now, how is the Josh? Come on. Okay. 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 So Ramneek, and by the way, he's a tech graduate. He joined, I think, Lenskart 12 years back. So Ramneek, to start with, as I said, if you could help us understand, when did you start, your company, Lenskart started this journey on omni-channel. How did you went about it? How did it evolve over the years, and what has been the key learnings?
Yeah, so I think Anish did the perfect introduction, that there is a lot of bullshitting around this word. So I'll do some more of that over the next 12, 13 minutes. Omni-channel as a word or terminology, at least we had not listened to. And I think around 2015, 16, suddenly investors started approaching us and telling us, you are omni-channel. That's the first time at least I got to know what omni-channel is. As far as how we started our journey, I think it was very, very simple. We started online because, that is the easiest way and the most cost-expensive way that we could figure out to begin our journey. And when we did that, initially when we were doing a lot of consumer studies of people who are coming to the app but are not able to purchase and they were dropping off, there were always 3 reasons they quoted that why they are not able to complete their purchase. And they were very, very basic. First one is that I don't know whether the glasses will fit me well. Second, I do not know whether the glasses will look good on me. And third biggest one was, I do not know my prescription, or I don't even know how to get it or where to get the latest updated one. So that's where we started opening a few stores. They started doing phenomenally well. Because we were going from online to offline, unlike a lot of players who are going on omni-channel journey first started in offline, we did things which made intuitive sense to us. Like for us, it did not make sense that if I'm standing in a store, I only get to buy products which are present in the store, and I don't get to try or buy products which are not there in the store. Or it did not make sense that if I have bought from store, then I can't, return or refund. Or I can't get the return or refund done from my home like I'm doing in online e-commerce. So those are the things that we started building upon. And these things eventually got very, very fancy names like Infinite IL, Omni-channel returns, refunds, etc. So that is how our omni-channel journey started. We sort of stumbled upon it working backwards on the consumer problems.
Great, thank you. But now, if I'm correct, I think you have 400 people tech team, who works within Lenskart, and you are developing, for your own website, and and who's working on this thing. So, what do these 400 people do? Not everybody, starting D2C brands can afford that. So, what do they do? What does omni-channel strategy mean for you? And how do you think this omni-channel will span out in the coming 4-5 years for Lenskart?
Yeah, I think The number of people working on it has to do a lot with two things. A, we are very vertically integrated. So everything from frame to lens to manufacturing, all the way even to the items that are happening at our stores, all is done in-house. So a lot of those people are working on supply chain software, manufacturing software, also on the software on which stores are running in. So it is a function of, I think, the scale that we have reached so far. In terms of how we see omni-channel evolving and what are the things that we are working on currently, I think firstly, AI and ML have unlocked a lot of capability. The very first thing that we have been able to do is we have been able to tap into our regular CCTV footage without changing any of the cameras across the stores, and on top of it put a layer of machine learning, and basis that get a lot of information out and replicate the conversion funnel as we are used to seeing it in online. What kind of people are walking in, what is the demography of those people, which step are they dropping off, how much time are they spending selecting the glasses or doing the eye test, and how do we continue to make it more and more frictionless for them. So that is the first part that we work on, which is to understand a lot of this analytics and get the offline funnel as close to online conversion funnel as possible. Once we are, and that is an ongoing process, but once you get that clarity, what we realize is that, you know, the pain points are common across. So in online, people are very used to buying at Amazon using rating and review system. And that is something that does not happen in offline. In fact, I personally, I bought my engagement ring online on Amazon just because I couldn't figure out where to go in offline and how do I even compare. So instead of trying to understand much more about, you know, jewelry, I decided to go online and buy something which had the highest rating and reviews. So we try to bring in a lot of those solutions to offline also, wherein all the content that we have, where people are sharing their stories of how they use the product, how does the product look on them, how does it look 6 months later after the purchase. All of that information is available to the customers that are walking into our stores also. So that way we try to build a lot of features which are typically available online in our offline journey. On the other side, once a customer has visited the store and goes online, what we try to do is we try to give them the same confidence of shopping that they have experienced in offline and online as well. The eye checkup that they have done becomes available online and is available for them to make a quick next purchase easily. They get to figure out what glasses will fit them well, because basis their first purchase, we are able to predict that. And we are also able to tell what glasses will look good on them, because they've already done, you know, couple of purchases offline. So that is how we see omni-channel evolving, and those are the things that keep our technology team busy.
Sure, thanks. So you already covered, I think, you know, man, there are lots of benefits or use cases, you know, I mean, which omnichannel. So over these years, when you have invested quite heavily, you know, on omnichannel, although it's more internal, at least on the tech side, you have developed it internally rather than going outside. What has been the gain, you know, I mean, in terms of customer engagement, you know, because we are discussing that particular topic here. What have been the gains for you or for the company as such, for Lenskart, in terms of customer engagement, you know, or what have you really, you know, in terms of payback, you know, what you have invested and you started pretty early. So what have been the major gains and what other people can expect to gain, you know, when they invest into omni-channel strategy?
So, omni-channel as a strategy, I think, gives you gain across the consumer journey, starting from the consideration phase. So whenever there is a advertisement on TV or on Instagram or a referral by a friend, the person does not need to wait for the weekend to get time to go to the store and check out what this brand is all about. They are immediately able to download the app, check out few glasses, try them on their face, and, you know, get engaged right away. Then during the journey, when we realize they have shortlisted few products and are probably about to drop off because they don't remember their eye test, and it is a cumbersome step for them, we slightly make them a nudge to go to their nearby store, get their eyes checked up, and complete the purchase. Post-purchase, they are easily able to track all the orders, initiate return, refund, all of that post-sale experience is then taken care by the app. And further, as we do more and more new launches, we cannot expect the consumers to drive in to go to our stores on a weekly basis, but online on our app, we are able to send them push very easily that what are the new drops coming along in eyewear. And I think for a category like ours, which is a little bit behind in terms of maturity curve compared to a category like shoes, where buying frequency of consumer is not that high so far, it helps us in getting segregated from the crowd, and also to develop behavior of checking out new glasses, what they mean, associating glasses with different occasions. Like now Christmas is coming in, so we have glasses which will go with that occasion.
Right. And, what do you do? I mean, you deal with so much of data, I mean, you deal with so many customers. So how do you manage that data, and that insights which you draw either at the stores or during that online journey? Because consumer journey, as you said, they want everything now, and, it's very instantaneous, the gratification and the discovery and all those things. So whatever data you are able to generate, how do you manage that? And how does it, help you in your strategy?
Yeah, I think while we use data in every aspect of decision making at Lenskart, we are also learning how to unlock more and more data. Just to give you as an example, when you go to a store, one of the key value adds that one expects is that if there is a trained professional sales assistant, they'll be able to guide you what glasses work well for you on your face. But on the other hand, because most of our consumers take a selfie using the app and are able to find the glasses which will fit well for them, we have this anonymized data of millions of purchases of people of particular face shapes who have bought different glasses over the years. So using that data, we are able to also recommend glasses far better than a sales assistant, because they have just not seen as many purchases over the years. And that allows us to deploy this sales assistant in online as well as all of our stores, so that that when you are approaching Lenskart, you'll get the best assistance in terms of recommendation. So this is one of the use cases that we are still learning through and deploying. Likewise, I think we have got very good at collecting data so far, but we are unlocking use cases one by one.
Sure, thanks. So I want to keep some time for the question. So my last question, to what advice would you give to other brands? We started, it's a buzzword and all, but I personally feel it's a necessity. Everybody does it. I think every entrepreneur or a brand owner, whatever channel they want to, they see opportunity, they would sell. I mean, whether, you call whatever term, but people are looking for opportunity to sell, whatever channel, online, offline, general trade, modern trade, whatever. So what advice would you give to especially the startup brands, D2C brands, in terms of their omni-channel strategy? How should they look at it? How should they go about it? And, what should be their thinking in terms of investing, because sometimes that becomes a bottleneck as well.
Yeah, I will just say that don't think omni-channel backwards. Again, think customer backwards and try to figure out that the problems that have always existed, not knowing where my order is, how do I initiate refund, how do I get the products which are not available in the store, how do I get the best assistance possible, how do I make sure that my information is safely saved in the app and I'm able to reassess it and don't go through the pain of explaining to a new person every time what I'm looking for. Just try to solve the problems which are very, very relevant to your business, rather than going out with the agenda of being omni-channel activated and going through the checklist.
Great, thanks. So we are within time. I would like to invite you to ask questions. Yeah, we have a gentleman here.
Hi, my name is Mohit. I represent Badmaash, a menswear brand. So my question is a little different, I think I would say. So when you say that customer acquisition, right, like 0 to 1, do you want to go fully on performance or from 1 to 10? Because initially, when customer is not there with you, how will the brand grow? Correct. So what would you recommend? Like 0 to 1 should be performance marketing focused, or 1 to 10?
Depends a lot on the industry that you are playing in. I think if there is less competition and the green field is out there where you can go do a lot of acquisitions via performance, you should definitely go ahead and do that. But one thing which is common regardless of the industry is working more on the product, because what happens is that initial days we tend to emphasize a lot on performance marketing, because it is much easier to spend the money. It's almost like a tap. The more money you spend, the more installs that you get. But what is more difficult is to extract conversions out of the same customers. So at least we try to spend a lot of time there.
So hi Ramnik, this is Ashish. First of all, wonderful initiative. Last week I saw a store of Lenskart coming to my home, where the gentleman came with a complete Eskimo bag with some 200, frames. So how that initiative has actually took a birth and how that initiative is working. Because when he is coming at home, I bought something for my son in London, so he was on a video call. There is a lot of networking has happened, but it also has its pros, it also has its cons. Because, you don't do a tasting and then suddenly person says that I don't want this 150 frames, I want 151. Then again the poor guy has to go back, again come back, but store at home, if you can just throw some light on that.
Yeah, so firstly, thanks for trying us out. In terms of that initiative, like I was talking about initially, we started online and consumers were dropping off for the lack of eye test. While stores is one initiative that we tried and there are several others which did not work out, another one which worked out is this home try-on. So this we started in, I think 2013-14. At that time, it was a completely unscalable model. We had a van, 3 people going to people's house. One was sales assistant, second was eye tester, and third was the driver. There was no way we could have scaled it. But over the years, we have worked on the hardware as well as the software. Now the hardware is small enough that it goes on the backpack. A single person is able to do both the eye test screening as well as selling. And we now also have the technology to guarantee, accuracy around this eye test. So it is one of the things which came about from there, but stores organically grew much faster than this channel. That's why this channel right now gives us about, I think, 2,000 to 3,000 eye tests a day, whereas stores give us much more.
Any other questions? Yeah, we have that lady. Can we have the mic?
Last one.
Last one, I guess.
Hi, my name is Juveria, and my question is that today it's the age of voice-activated devices and smart assistants, right? So how are you incorporating these voice interfaces into your omni-channel strategy, and which leads to like an immersive consumer engagement?
I think voice-activated strategy is very good for products which are more commoditized in nature than fashion products. So in our case, the most relevant use case seems to be of contact lenses, where you almost, a lot of people go on the subscription because the power is same, they know the brand that they want to, and they just want it whenever they are done with it. So that is where we are experimenting with voice activated, not with the eyeglass, because eyeglass we see more as a fashion play.
So you can't
Need
say,
that
Alexa,
human
where are
touch.
my contacts?
Okay. Thank you very much. I hope it was useful for most of you. Thank you.
Thank you all.